How you doing? This is Kinesiology 230, Exercise Science. My name is Adrian, and if you're here, that means you've probably already gone through the announcements video, the syllabus and schedule video, and you've been guided to go to Learning Modules, which is this tab over here to the left. So the way I break out my courses, and you saw this in the schedule, is you have kind of a Roy G. Biv thing where you have Module 1 is red, Module 2 is orange, Module 3 is yellow, Module 4 is green. And the way this course breaks out is we'll end up having 2 weeks for each. And you'll have 2 weeks for each module. Within 1 week, we'll have chapters that we'll have to review. We'll have assignments like post and response, written assignment, and a quiz. And then the second half of the module, you'll have a post and response, a written assignment, a quiz, but you also have an exam. So you're going to have, at the end of each week, even week, you'll have an exam. But make no mistake about it. Each week, you'll end up having a post and response, a written assignment, and a quiz. And it's just at the end of the events that you'll have the exam. So if we go ahead and open Module 1, the way this sets up is these will be in red as well. Each folder will be week 1. The second folder will be week 2. I try to put a little explanation in there regarding what the heck we're going to be doing in our class. And here are the chapters we'll be working on. And then the way I lay out my courses, when you go into this, you'll have basically what are all the deliverables, the educational information, if you will, posted up on the front. And then at the bottom, or on the top, you'll post it up on top. And then at the bottom is where you'll have the assignment. So for example, I've already loaded in Chapter 1 materials and Chapter 4 materials. I'll be working on Chapter 5 over the next 24 hours. So let's just quickly jump into this. Like in Chapter 1 materials, we have book slides, PowerPoint slides with my annotations, and then a video presentations for each. So the book authors have their own slide presentations that can be used in a classroom environment. And I think they're good. Don't get me wrong. I think they have their place. And so I layer them in here. I layer them in here so you can review them at your leisure if you like. But what I do is I go into the chapters and I go into each chapter and I break out different areas like gross anatomy, sarcomere, myofibril, neuromuscular junction, actin myosin 2, central nervous system, motor unit, bones. And my goal is to not have like a 3-hour lecture dump on Blackboard, but I try to have like anywhere between 7.5 minutes on the short end, maybe 15 at the very most minutes on the long end. I'm going over information, and I try to make it manageable, right? Where you have little bits and bytes of information where you're not being overwhelmed, and it's like paralysis by analysis. So, when you look at the chapter, it's pretty easy. I could do probably a 3-hour lecture if I wanted to, but what I'm trying to do here is make sure that we're going over the myofibril and sarcomere. And then over here, we're talking about the neuromuscular junction and how it applies to the myofibril that we learned in the previous presentation. So with that, you'll have within each one of these, for example, you have the actual PowerPoint slides themselves, and you have the video presentation, which you can click on. It'll take you out to that. Or if you need to, you can cut and paste this right into your browser, and it'll take you there either way. And this will take you right to my own YouTube channel. Shameless self-promotion if you like it. Make sure you like it. If you want to follow, feel free to follow. But let's take this back out one step here, and we'll go back to Chapter 1 materials. And if I come all the way down to the bottom here, we have assignments. In here is where you'll have quiz 1, post and response 1, and then the writing assignment itself. So it may look like a lot, but I'm trying to give you a lot of guidance on the front end here in these assignments during the first couple weeks. And there's some explanation, also description in terms of here's an example of how to use APA style when you write your submissions, whether it's in your post and response or it's in your papers back to me. I don't need you to be overly loquacious. I don't need you to be like, I don't need to write a dissertation for God's sake, but you have to be able, like with this, write 1 paragraph for each chapter. So you're going to have 3 paragraphs at a minimum for this paper. It'll probably be 1 page, and it'll go through and try to explain and also connect the dots between Chapter 1, Chapter 4, and Chapter 5. So to that end, you'll see this format pretty much replicated throughout the course of the term. Hopefully you like it, and hopefully it's something where the learning sticks is really what we're after. Beyond that, In terms of the color codification, you'll see that that will match in the syllabus and schedule. Let me just pause this real quick. Yeah, and just a quick refresh on this before I close this out. You may recall in the syllabi itself, if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, that's where you have the actual course schedule. And this is the red, orange, this is yellow actually, green, but for whatever reason, because I use midnight for my Word documents, the yellow doesn't really look all that great. But long story short, this is where you'll also find due dates in case you get confused. You'll also find other information regarding what modules will align with what calendar dates. So to that end, I think you have a pretty concise picture in terms of when we're in Module 1, when we're in Module 2, what we're looking at, when things are due, and then what assignments are due. So I hope that helps. And like anything, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you have problems, feel free to reach out, send me an email, and if worst comes to worst, we can set up a WebEx and we can go ahead and navigate our way through the course. But at this point, having done this a couple times, I think you're going to be okay with this course. But again, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much, guys. Looking forward to seeing you in class.